Hey, welcome back to Grandma Jane's World. I got Lance Schreier here today, and he's making Ina Garden's coconut cake. So take it away, Lance.
All right, hi. I got 3 sticks of unsalted butter in here. And we're just kind of trying to keep that in there. And we're going to mix it with 2 cups of regular white sugar and mix it for about 5 minutes till it's all kind of creamy and fluffy. So we'll see you in about 5 minutes.
All right, thanks. Here's a basket that's going to be auctioned off at the Nyack dinner fundraiser, and it's got all sorts of baking goodies from Grandma Jane's World. It's got flour, sugar, powdered sugar, Ghirardelli's chocolate chips, baking soda, salt, cinnamon, a whisk, paper plates, napkins, kitchen towel, brown sugar, olive oil, and a metal sign that says, P.S. I love you. So another good reason to come to the Nyack dinner on September 8th at the Elks in Charles City. We're back with Lance, and he's going to add some eggs.
I've got 5 eggs. I'm going to add 1 at a time. I'm going to mix slowly. So I'll start putting in the first one, and I'll turn on the mixer. And there we go. And as that gets incorporated, you just add each egg in succession. So 1 down, 4 to go. That's 3 to go now. 1 slipped by me. And be sure and scrape the sides down as you're going, and you can turn off the mixer and kind of push the side ingredients down. And after we get the remainder of the eggs in, then we'll be putting in 1.5 teaspoons of almond extract and 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract.
Okay.
So we'll come back to you when that's all done.
Okay.
And we're back, and I've incorporated all 5 of the room temperature jumbo size eggs into the batter, along with the 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract and 1.5 teaspoons of almond extract. Next, I'm going to mix in the dry ingredients with the wet ingredients, alternating starting with the dry and ending with the dry. And I'm going to have the mixer on low. Dry ingredients are 3 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt.
Okay.
And this is 1 cup of whole milk. So I'll get things started. I've got the mixer on low, and I'm just kind of going at a nice even pace here. And after that milk gets stirred in, I'm going to stop this and push everything down, and then just repeat that process 2 more times with the dry ingredients and 1 more time with the wet ingredients. And I'll come back to you when we get to the coconut.
Okay. You can find this recipe on Food Network, right?
Mm-hmm.
Under Ina Garden.
I think so.
Yeah, coconut cake. We're back with Lance, and he's in the final stage of the cake.
Okay, I've got 4 ounces of, this is flake coconut. The recipe calls for shredded. It doesn't seem to really matter. The recipe says sweetened, which is what this is, but I've used unsweetened and I think it tastes fine. So I'll get this mixed in, and then I'll show you how to pour it in the pans.
Okay. That are already prepared with Pam and flour.
Yeah, you can turn that off.
Okay.
All right, here we are.
Okay.
And the coconut's all mixed into the batter. And now I'm going to pour this into 2 buttered and floured pans so it doesn't stick. What I like to do is measure it into a cup. That way I get an even amount in both, because I don't always trust my visual acuity for keeping things even. And you want them to bake at the same rate. They're going to go into a 350 degree oven for 45 to 55 minutes. So we'll see you when they come out.
All right.
It's not going to
All
stick.
right. We're ready to go in, huh?
Yep.
All right.
All right, we're back, and the 2 cake pans are ready to go in the oven, and I'm just dropping them on the counter to get all the air out so that they raise nice and evenly. I usually go about a dozen times.
Okay.
And go all the way around, so it's a nice even level on the top, so it doesn't bake kind of cockeyed or unevenly. And we have both of these, And then I'm going to throw them in the oven, and they're going to bake for 45 to 55 minutes at 350 degrees. I think that's close enough to a dozen times. So here we go.
So we'll be back when they are done. And then Lance has got his own little topping that he likes to put on them. So we'll figure that out when we get back.
And they're side by side, and they're going to bake now.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Okay, we're back with Lance. He's going to make the frosting now.
Okay, it's a cream cheese frosting, and there's a half a pound of unsalted butter in here. And I'm going to add to that a pound of cream cheese. And this has already been softened and cubed up. So I'm just putting it in a mixer. And to that, I'm going to add 4 cups of powdered sugar.
Okay.
And 3/4 of a teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1/4 of a teaspoon of almond extract.
Okay.
And after I get this all whipped together, we'll show you what it looks like.
All right. Okay.
All right, so we've got both cakes cooled now, and I started frosting the bottom layer. The cakes, when they bake, they form a dome on top, so we turn both domes out. So we put it together, the flat sides will go together. When I put the cream cheese frosting on this layer, I put it on the inside about a ½ an inch in from the edge, because when this layer goes down on top, it'll push it out, and I don't want to have a lot of excess. Plus, I'm going to be frosting around the outside when I get this put together.
Okay.
I've already got the ganache in the middle, so the chocolate ganache is in there. And we'll be back to you when we put this together and we're frosting the top and the sides.
All right. Here you go.
All right, so I've got the cream cheese frosting in a Ziploc bag with the corner cut out. Jane wants me to show you how we're frosting the sides. So squeezing this onto the side of the cake, and then I'll go over it with a knife, or if you have an offset spatula, that'll probably work even better. We'll use what we got, and I'll smooth that out so it'll look like the rest of the cake on this side. And that's how you frost the sides of a coconut cake, or
And then
whatever other cake you want to with a coconut or with a cream cheese frosting.
The next thing we'll be putting the coconut on, right?
Yep, coconut's next, and then it's chocolate on top.
Sounds good.
Putting the coconut on the outside of the cake, sticking it to the frosting and the sides. Use very clean hands and kind of pat it in. Got a bowl of it sitting right here. This is flakes sweetened coconut, but the recipe calls for shredded. You can use either one. I've even used unsweetened in the past. And then when you're done, again, using your very clean hands to put this on, and tilting the plate back, that helps too. You're gonna probably want to wipe all this up, and whatever doesn't stick to the cake you can reuse if you're on a clean surface, or you can throw it away. That's how you apply the coconut though to the frosting. We'll show you how, the cake when it's all done here next.
Okay.
And this is a final touch. We're gonna put some ganache on top because it's kind of like a giant Mounds bar, and this is just bittersweet chocolate that's been mixed with cream just before it reaches a boiling point, and then that's stirred together after it sits for about 10 minutes. And it's got a little bit of coarse salt mixed into it. It's 1 cup of bittersweet chocolate, it's 1 cup of heavy cream, and it's 1/8 of a teaspoon of coarse salt.
Looks
And when I
wonderful.
get this built up so that it matches a layer of the cream cheese frosting and the coconut, I'll be done.
And this is really your own design. This is your
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
right?
the
This
recipe
part.
does not call for this, but I like chocolate.
Yep.
And I have made this where I put white chocolate chips around the ganache and dark chocolate chips around the frosting, so you kind of get a double ring.
Fun.
It's just how much chocolate you like.
Yeah. Well, thanks
That's
for
how
spending
you
the
make it.
afternoon with me doing this.
Sure.
What are we going to get together and do a baklava this fall or
If I
sometime?
could find a family recipe, I would do that.
Yeah, we got to find the family recipe because his mom made that and it's awesome. So
That's it.
anyway, thank you so much, Lance. It was fun. Bon appetit, right?
Right.
Bye-bye.